It is an honor to be a part of the Face Fair and Do It event as your guest speaker. And Marianna Williamson's our deepest fear. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. It's very important to note that what we speak, we create. So be extraordinary. Over the course of our time, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things. 1, to see what's possible for yourself. 2, to challenge your current set of beliefs. And 3, not to agree with anything I say, but to listen with open ears and open mind. Happiness passes through these stages, and then the first step to happiness is acceptance. The willingness to move forward. I see a lot of you who don't know me notice my missing tooth. The event is aptly named Face Fair and Do It. For a long time, I let that stop me from doing what I was called upon to do. The difference between us is I have a missing tooth, and I love to smile. My question to you is, what is the missing tooth in your life? Be happy, causing or feeling joy. In this moment, what will cause you to be happy? Some of you are thinking, maybe more money, more time. Time I'll address. But if money wasn't the topic, money wasn't the question, money wasn't the object of concern, where would you go? What would you do? I know for me, what will cause me joy is to be in the beach of sunny San Diego, drinking some pineapple juice. I was born in the dusk hours of summertime Brooklyn, New York. We lived in an area where the nightly lullaby was not "Ring around a rosy," or the English equivalent to "Frère Jacques." The nightly lullaby was the sounds of gunshots. At a young age, we relocated to Montreal, Quebec, Canada. By the age of 4, it was discovered that I have a stutter. For those of you who don't know what stuttering is to do with attention and timing of the muscles of speech. It has nothing to do with the way you think. It is speech specific. 3 distinct kinds of stutters are well known in our community. Blocks. Repetition and prolongation. In the 3rd grade, I will meet my first speech therapist. They will tell, after that interview, they will tell my parents, "He is ashamed. He can barely speak. He can't talk for himself." At the end of the 3rd grade, I was mislabeled autistic, sent to the special section of another school. In this section, there is no forward progression. There is no grades. You are there from the age you enter till majority, be it 18. At the start of what has been the 4th grade, my father had a meeting with the principal, the former principal at the time. And at the end of that meeting, they said I may return to my previous school on one condition, that I repeat the 3rd grade, the very grade I already passed. If you're sitting here today, there's a distinct quality about you, and it's time that you believe it. To get to gratitude, because life, we are filled with problems, and problems often masquerade and hide themselves through excuses. To find a solution to your problems, the first step is gratitude. What can you be thankful for? The clothes that you wear, the ease of transportation to bring you here today. What could you be thankful for? Is anything in your life to be thankful for right now? Growing up, my mother used to always say, best be thankful for what you have one of the greatest contributing factors to overall happiness in life is how much gratitude we show. The Science of Gratitude, University of Pennsylvania, 2005. But how do you get there, Moose? Thank you for. Which brings me to fulfillment. The state of fulfilling your potential, getting to your potential, to achieve your potential. See, we live in an era where entitlement, complaining, and instant gratification often reign supreme. It's mine, I want it now. Well, I'm tired of doing this. Complaining. It is important that you practice delayed gratification, to work without merit, without expectance. I'd much rather these pains, because it's important that you keep working on yourself and working on your dream. There are 4 sets of pains. There's the pain of not being fulfilled, the pain of regret. Do I regret many things? The answer is no. I'd much rather the pain of discipline and perseverance. The late great Muhammad Ali once said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as champion. Freedom is mere steps away. And as you pass through fulfillment, you will land to freedom. But freedom will come at a price. How many of you know people who work at jobs that are making them sick, miserable, and constantly complain? I see by a show of hands there's a vast majority. For a long time I was one of them. Doing brilliant enough just to get by. Brilliant enough not to get fired. Because I didn't want to be there. I knew there was more to life than just that. And it showed. One day I used to work on loading docks. For those of you who don't know what loading docks are, loading docks is the area in which goods are shipped to the city or province. Once received there, they are processed. They end up in stores. Once they end up in stores, they will eventually end up in your wonderful homes. One day I walked in. I had bandages on both wrists, sprained both wrists the night prior. I informed the foreman that I'm unable to perform any task beyond what I was doing yesterday in an adequate and timely manner. About 15 minutes later, he came to get me and said, we need you to go to another part of the facility. I said, sir, I'm unable to perform the next task that you're asking me in an adequate and timely manner. After a brief back and forth, I stood my ground. Once I first applied for the job, he told me that you have the right to refuse any task that you're asked to do that you're unable to do for your safety and for the time concerned. He looked at me and he said, you need to go there now. He said, we don't need you. He said, I don't need you. In that moment I was fired. Remember, freedom comes at a price. I had a choice to stay home to noon, mope, complain about why life is not giving me what I want. Or I can get up from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day, online, offline, in person, job fair, job interview, learn how to do a CV all over again. For the next 4 months, battle borderline homelessness. One job interview in particular, they asked me to come in. I came in. They asked me to do a written test. Did a written test. Asked me to do the online test. Did the online test. Then it came time for the sit-down interview. I informed them that before we begin, you will notice I have a slight stutter. If anything is unclear, just ask me to repeat. They said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Stutter? We can't have you on the phones. We are afraid what the customers may think. I said, well, wait a minute, wait a minute. Didn't I pass your tests, both written and online with flying colors? Yes. Am I not overqualified for the very job? Yes, but we can't risk it. In that moment, I learned a very powerful lesson. Don't let someone project their limitations onto you. Shake someone's hand on the left and right and say, "You've got the fire." Say it with conviction.
You have the fire. You have the fire.
You got fire.
See, in the process of stepping towards your light, step where there's more light. The process of stepping into your light, you need to learn to let go of negatively charged emotions. See, negatively charged emotions is like, let's say my goal is to get to there. Negatively charged emotions will constantly pull you further and further away from that goal, which is being there. As well as negatively charged emotions, you need to learn to let go of negative people. They don't have anything going for them. Letting go of the latter will help you walk into the direction of your intended goal, if it is to go over here. But there's one kind of people that you need to learn to disassociate yourself from. And there's the ones who hide behind excuses. I call them the wait untils. They often say this: wait until Easter is over. Wait until finals are over. Wait until I get that new job. Wait until I get that new car. Wait until school starts. Wait until my vacation period is over. Wait until Christmas is over. Wait until finals are done. Wait until New Year's are done. Wait until Easter is time waits for no one, and nor shall you. See, for a period of time I was lost. I stepped out of the direction of the light that was shown. Remember, I was fired. The light was shown. I was free. But see, here the light is, and I chose to walk around it. Listen to people who hadn't had anything going for them. You see, I often changed jobs, programs, and people around me. I was a jack of all trades. You call Mustapha, I knew where to be, what to do, and how to do it. But the master of none. Doing many things okay, nothing great. I started businesses. I quit. I gave up. I left. I had my excuses. The cost of marketing is too high. Conversion rates are too high. Employees are too complicated. Just because you're losing doesn't mean you've lost. Loss, Coldplay. Success, like failure, can generate fear. What are the two fears? Success. What if I succeed and I can't handle it? What if I fail and make a fool of myself? See, failure is a learning experience. When I was in high school, we made a pact among my friends to graduate all at the same time and go on to our respective universities, college station in Montreal. Then it came time for our final grade. My final grade showed I was missing a small percent to get my high school diploma. So when the grade came in, I went to my language teacher and I asked him, "Sir, is there anything that we can do? Any extra tests? Any extra bonus I can do until I can graduate? Be the first to graduate without having to go to adult education." He said, all was done is done. There's nothing more that we can do. In that moment, I was angry. I was heartbroken. Why did that happen to me? Remember, see, failure is a learning experience. You see, I was 4% from graduation. Many of you, 4% represents vacation pay. Go to Cuba, go to France, go to wherever. But 4% for me represented the difference between being the first to graduate without having to go to adult education. I will later go on to adult education and fulfill my goal of getting my high school diploma and much more. The question I want to ask you is, who's in charge? You or the story you believe about yourself? Dust yourself off and try again. Repeat after me. If I fall, I get back up. Your success must never be, you must never be satisfied with success. And you should never be discouraged by failure. Failure can be sad, but the greatest sadness is not to try and fail, but to fail to try. In the end, what matters is that you live life to the hilt. Former President of the United States of America, Richard Nixon. See, growing up, my brothers and I are huge wrestling fans. We emulated all of the greats. We would often get ourselves in trouble. Particularly, my father was very stern. He would pull me aside and he would say, in his voice, "You see, you don't like to listen." I didn't know how powerful that would be. Years later, I'd get a job in financial services. I met a gentleman by the name of Ivan Earl. He would say something that would transform the way I see everything and my life forever. He said, "Stop listening to people who can't pay for your dreams." How many of you are listening to people who can't pay for your dreams? I realized something the other day, and I was telling that to Gabriel. Your success is a reminder of their failures. Your failure is a justification as to why they stopped trying, why they gave up, why they stopped pursuing their goals. Birds of a feather flock together. If you hang with winners, the conversation, the air, even the water and the environment is all different. You gotta get creative. You gotta learn to blot it out. But it's not logical, it's not possible, it can't be done. How many of you have an Android or smartphone? Allow me to get mine. Yours is much more modern than mine, but this is the one I have. I know I'm a little bit out of date. Android or smartphone. Just to think about it. The ease of communication, a microcomputer in your pocket, the touch of a finger, you can have the access to the world. That was once imaginary. That was once not possible. Just think about it. At one point, well, you may still have it. I know I do. This was the vast majority. This was the norm. This was the ease of communication. What changed? Technology? Yes. More like unlimited creativity, untouched by logic and reality. I want you to imagine a racehorse. And why do they have blinkers on? The blinkers is things that they have beside their eyes. The goal of that is to keep them focused on attaining the goal. And in this case, it is to finish the race first. How many of you are laser focused on your goals? Being a kid again. What would a four-year-old you do if you were to be a kid again? What would you do right now? Stop limiting yourself. Stop limiting your imagination. See, growing up, I didn't have much action figures. I had 2 Power Rangers. One red and one pink. The one pink had a broken leg. Didn't have Hot Wheels. Didn't have G.I. Joes. What I had was creativity. You see, my mother used to have various bottles of lotion and powder. She would put them to recycle. I'd see these vessels, more than what they could have been. Pick them up. Now create stories beyond the law of compositions. I would get lost 10, 20, believe that many things were even up to 60 minutes at a time. Why in that world I saying was not possible? Seeing them for what they are was more than what I... Later I'll learn to judge things by my sight. But not even judge, see it by my sight. See it more than what it could be. I failed again and again. Failure starts to erode your belief of self if you let it. I see it as the deterioration of ego, stopping you from being the greatest version of yourself. If you stay the course, you will achieve great things. As you step onto your light, if and only if you accept the challenge. But you got to be willing to expand your beliefs. See what's possible for yourself. As you grow, you will incur setbacks. It's Murphy's Law paying you a visit. For those of you who know what Murphy's Law is, Murphy's Law stipulates that all can go wrong, will go wrong. I want you now to use your imagination as a collective or a singular. Imagine a pot. There's a little pot. And let's say it's the seed to an apple tree, and you plant it in a little pot. You pour water on it, give it adequate sunlight, adequate air, and you recreate the environment necessary for it to grow. At a certain point, it will pierce the earth and continue to grow. At a certain point, it will exceed its capacity in that small pot. You now have the option to put it into a medium-sized pot. You recreate the same environment, and at a certain point, they're going to run out of space and transfer it to a larger sized pot. And so on. Two observations are going to happen. One, you're going to run out of pots. Two, you're going to realize if you let it stay in that pot, it will never see its full potential. But if you plant it in the garden of possibility, where it will plant its roots deep and grow to the heavens, depending on the nature of the plant, but for this sake, it is an apple tree. Higher than any apple tree has gone before. My question to you is how many of you are the apple tree that should be in the garden of possibility, still stuck in the initial small pot? Treat every day as a learning experience. And now we're going to address time. I often hear, but I don't have time for it, Moses. I don't got time, man. I really don't have time. What you really mean to say is that in your current allocation of time, the pursuit of your greatness is not a priority. Tonight we visited being happy, facing fear, and harnessing creativity. Now what do you do with it? Take this and step into your light. Whenever you feel like quitting, thank you for the test. Whenever adversity finds you, thank you for the test. Whenever you laugh, you won't laugh alone. Thank you for the test. Whenever you cry, you won't cry alone. Thank you for the rest. Knowing all of this, what do you do with it? Who are you still listening to? Are they paying for your dreams? Listen to the little voice that says you can. Listen, for it may be in the wind. Listen to the people who can help you with your dreams. Listen. Never mind how far it may seem. This is the Jordan Richardson's family baby boy from Brooklyn saying, surround yourself with magnificence. And until next time, remain unstoppable.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, give it up for Mustapha. Dr. Selznick. It has come time to the evening where we must say goodbye. But we can't leave without first thanking all of you for coming here tonight. One more time, give it up for these magnificent. You all have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.